spent 4 years, did you say, researching this amazing novel. When you spent a lot of time in the British Library, I believe, was it?
London Library and British Library and the Imperial War Museum.
Was there anybody that you came across in your research that this is based on, or is it entirely fictional?
No, it is made up, really. I wanted to write a book about the aftermath of war. And that's how it started. Well, it started off, actually, I'll tell you exactly how it started. My publisher said, why don't you write a novel? And I said, don't be ridiculous. I can't write a novel. People like me and at my age and all this. And then they said, well, just think about it. And I was in Fortnum's having a rather posh tea all on my own. And across the room, I saw this incredible woman. She was wearing a tweed cloak and a close hat. And she had red lipstick bleeding into the lines. And she had a silver top stick. And she was just sitting here like this. And nobody was taking any notice of her at all. And I thought, what a fascinating woman. What sort of past has she got? And then eventually, this dear woman, she knocked a sugar bowl of sugar all over the floor, and everybody looked at her. And just for a minute, you saw her be her old self.
Yeah.
And then they stopped looking, and she went. And I thought, I want to write a book about lonely people and the fact that we overlook people with fascinating lives. And I started doing that, and I wrote one chapter, and it was incredibly dreary, because a book about loneliness is not a good thing. I mean, that lady appears in my novel, and my woman goes through a bit of loneliness, but I wanted to write a book about somebody good.
Yes.
And I chose a teacher, and it's a woman who's had terrible experiences in the war, and she was in the resistance, and she committed crime, she killed people, and she comes out of it wanting to change the world.
And she is also, as you say, I mean, you made Marguerite very glamorous, very beautiful.
Yes.
She's half French.
Half French,
so
yes.
she has that kind
Interested
of edge
in
of glam. Yeah. No, I loved it. I loved Miss Carter's War, and I wondered if Marguerite, who is this fantastic heroine, you know, she is. She's committed to everything. I mean, she's committed to fighting war, she's committed to the education of girls, she's committed to fighting social injustice. And your spirit actually shines right through those pages.
Oh, well.
Marguerite is you. You know, she is.
Well, no, I've just faffed around being an actor, darling. You know? I haven't... it's the woman I would have liked to have been.
Yeah.
It's a woman that when I'm on my deathbed, I'd like to have looked back and thought I'd lived that sort of life. You know, the nurses strike today and teachers, we undervalue the important people in this world, don't we?
Yeah.
And I've had one or two teachers read it, and they've actually said, thank you, thank you. And I wanted to say thank you to my teachers, because they gave me everything in life that I now hold valuable, and music and literature, and I didn't have that in my background.
Were you educated at an all-girls school?
I was educated at a grammar school, and I left school at 15, and then went to RADA, which was hell on earth for me, because I had a Cockney accent and all those things. But I believe that every child can be educated, and every child has the right to learn about their culture. And this is a woman that believes what I believe, but she does it. I don't.